The familiar surroundings of the Carmarthenshire County Showground played host to the 2025 edition of the Roger Albert Clark Rally. Considered by many to be one of the toughest and most gruelling events in motorsport, this year's event consisted of over 300 competitive stage miles, amongst them some of the best and most iconic stages in Wales, England and Scotland. With a star-studded entry featuring multiple former winners and champions from across the globe, this year's event looked set to be extremely hard to predict. Among the crews hoping to do battle for overall honours, Greg McKnight with his co-driver Harry Marchbank alongside in the striking yellow Den Motorsport Ford Escort Mark II were ready for the challenge. We grabbed a quick word with Greg to hear his thoughts before the event.
Yeah, feeling good. Feels pretty surreal that we're here at the start of the RAC rally, so yeah, just looking forward to getting going now. As I say, it's been a long time coming, a lot of preparation for the event, so feeling good. Pretty special. I mean, I grew up watching this event, so I always wanted to drive a Mark II Escort, so to be here at the start of this in a Mark II, it's pretty special. I mean, obviously I want to be there or thereabouts. I don't want to drop too much time down here, so we'll have a go and see. I'd like to just say thanks to all my sponsors. Without them I wouldn't be here, so thanks to them and thanks to anybody else that's helped behind the scenes.
As night fell, under the glow of Christmas lights, Carmarthen Town Centre looked stunning. Thousands of fans had lined the streets for a chance to get up close and personal with the amazing array of cars on show. This was a real jewel in the crown for the event. Once again, the atmosphere at the ceremonial start was electric. You could almost feel the excitement in the air. One by one, the field made their way over the start ramp, and with each passing car there was just time for Greg and Harry to sign a few autographs before it was their turn to officially get their 2025 Roger Albert Clark Rally journey underway. Taking on the event for the first time, this was sure to be a memorable night for the pair. As first light broke over a sunny but bitterly cold mid-Wales, the months of waiting were over. This was it. Day one of the Roger Albert Clark Rally was about to get underway. 6 special stages lay in wait for the near 200-strong entry, with Cruchan the day's opener, before heading into Cefn and a welcome return to the Pembrey Motorsport circuit. As the army of marshals and spectators settled in for the opening day's action, all that was left to do was wait and listen for the roar of the opening cars through the stage. If the start to the day was anything to go by, we were in for a real treat. We joined Greg and Harry behind the wheel of the Escort to get this iconic event underway.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, and left 6. Slippy, long right 5, opens to very long right, 1 over crest.
It was clear to see from the off that the overnight drop in temperatures was going to have a real effect on the stages. With varying levels of grip from sheet ice to sun-bathed patches, the event was going to be a challenge from the get-go, and having never competed on any of the Welsh stages before, Greg set about Cruchan in cautious but smooth fashion, attacking where possible, but sensibly dropping back where needed. Setting a time of 12 minutes 38 seconds, he'd end the first stage 13th overall, a solid start.
Greg, the start of an epic adventure. How has it started?
Wow, slippy, really slippy, yeah. I think we're maybe a wee bit cautious, but I would better being like that to get through that one, I think. So I think there's been a lot of overshoots in there, is there? Everybody's saying there's been...
Not many?
No, I've just seen some wild math.
Maybe they're just not telling me.
Aye, maybe. There's certainly some interesting lines there anyway, so...
Stage 2 was a short 3-mile blast through Cefn, and with less ice than Cruchan, it gave them a chance to stretch the legs of the Millington engine Escort. You can clearly see the more attacking body language of the car through this section. Dancing around under braking and being able to apply full throttle, Greg and Harry were getting to grips with these classic Welsh stages, and recorded the 8th fastest time of 3 minutes 50, which moved them up to 11th overall.
60.
Stages 3 and 4 were back-to-back runs around the infamous roads of Pembrey Circuit, which for many was a welcome return, giving the event a real nostalgic feel of RACs and network queues of old, where spectator-friendly stages were a real hit. And after the tight and twisty forestry roads of the previous 2 stages, this was a real chance to push the car to its limits and to put on a bit of a show for the fans. A very strong 3rd and 4th place overall lifted the pair into a top 10 position.
Turn right 4, 100. Through the gate, turn right 9 in wide. Onto the circuit. It opens to a long right 4, 80. Left 5 in, 100. Open hairpin left wide.
After a brief service halt at Pembrey, the event now plunged into darkness, but with spot lamps fitted, solid runs through the second passes of Crochan and Kevin left Greg and Harry in 9th overall after the opening day, 1 minute 23 seconds behind leaders Oshan Price and Dale Furness. But importantly, they took the lead in the open category, and with conditions as they had been, they were surely very happy with their day's work. Day 2, Friday, consisted of 6 more special stages and 70 stage miles, taking in some iconic Welsh stages including Sweet Lamb, Havren and Meherin. But as the sun began to shine, it revealed the conditions that Greg and Harry, along with the rest of the field, had to tackle. With temperatures dropping as low as -9 across the valley, the ice patches of yesterday had been replaced by completely frozen surfaces, with snow and thick ice lurking around every corner, making an already challenging day ahead a vital day of the event. Making it through today would take all the skill and concentration the pair had, so a tantalising day lay ahead. The open, flowing roads of Meherin got Friday underway, and with recent logging works having taken place, the majority of the stage was now a lot more open than in previous years. That meant the ground had thawed slightly, allowing Greg and Harry to really attack and fully appreciate all this fantastic stage had to offer. But, as would be the story of the day, there were still many tree-lined places which were completely frozen, and knowing where they could push and where they had to back off would be a complete lottery. We join them on board at the wind farm section, a fully committed part of the stage that's not for the faint-hearted.
So long left 3, don't cut, into middle over flat crest, 80. Short left 4, don't cut loose. So short 4, don't cut loose, opens to very long left 2. And right 1, into flat crest 270, keep her singing now. Flat crest 270, very long right 6 at the top, don't cut it. The right 6, don't cut it. And flat crest 150.
At the end of Meherin, they recorded a time of 15:39, 12th fastest, keeping them in 9th overall and maintaining the open rally lead.
Really good first day.
Yeah, that was a brilliant stage, loved that. Really, really good, really fast, nice.
And yesterday went well?
Went well, yeah, fairly cautious in the morning. Just wanted to get through yesterday, so yeah, we'll try and open the tap up a bit more today.
Yeah, and I think at the moment, from the open class point of view, you obviously a bit of an issue yesterday for Mr. Weaver, but there you guys are, and at the moment you've got a healthy lead.
Yeah, we're in a good position now, so we'll just try and maintain that. So it'd be nice if Weaver gets going and we can have a go.
So heading up north tonight, clearly that's going to suit you better, but what are you looking forward to today the most?
Just enjoying all the Welsh stages, really. I've never done them before, so just to experience it, it's good, and that was good. I really enjoyed that one.
Sweet Lamb's going to be pretty epic, I think, in the bowl with the water splash and the fans.
Yeah, looking forward to that, yeah.
Guys, big smiles inside the car from our open category leaders at the moment.
As the pair blasted the Den Motorsport Mark II Escort through the sun-bathed bowl section of the famous Sweet Lamb Havren stage, it was clear to see they were relishing attacking these roads for the very first time. Flicking the car one way, then the other, up over the jump and through the water splash, they'd be forgiven for thinking all would be well in this stage. But as they headed further into the 26-kilometre special stage, things weren't quite as they seemed. They were greeted with a layer of snow and thick ice across the stage, With the car constantly fighting for traction, it would take all of Greg's car control to keep them on the road. A fast but sensible drive saw them move up 2 places overall to 7th, just 8 seconds behind Ben Friend and Cliffy Simmons in 6th place. Stage 9, Dyfnant, a stage that had to be shortened at the last minute due to the extreme road condition, was up next. We joined Greg and Harry on board at a particularly treacherous section of the stage.
Long crest and turn hairpin left, so 100 metres for that arrow. Long crest, turn hairpin left.
Such were the conditions, the pair were practically crawling at times, but with a measured drive they claimed yet another spot on the leaderboard and moved up to 6th overall, now setting their sights on 5th placed crew Jason Pritchard and Phil Clark, just 19 seconds ahead.
And right 4 loose, 130.
As the event moved into the night once again, a tricky 6.9 kilometre sprint through the Abbey Cwmhir complex and the Cwmysgawen stage awaited. Amazingly, Greg and Harry's charge up the leaderboard continued. With Jason Pritchard having a spin early on, dropping nearly 30 seconds, the pair climbed to 5th overall, and with Tom Llewellyn and his co-driver Ross Whittock tied on an equal time, things were really starting to heat up. The second running of the Sweetland Havering stage was to be the last of the day, with Dyfnant 2 being cancelled to allow crew sufficient time to travel from Welshpool to Carlisle that evening.
Right 1 over crest and flat crest, into left 1 and crest, into right 5 through the gate. Caution only 60.
With the 7th fastest stage time of 21 minutes 35 seconds, they ended day 2 and the Welsh leg in a fantastic 5th place overall. Here then are the positions at the end of a very challenging day 2. After the cancellation of Dyfnant 2, crews made their way to the Welshpool service area to get the cars prepped and ready before making the long journey north to Carlisle. While they were there, we grabbed a quick chat with Greg to get his thoughts on how the opening 2 days had gone.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, happy with that, really happy with 5th overall, leading the open category, so don't think we can ask for much better as that, especially with the conditions, so we just tried our best to keep our noses clean and seems to have paid off. I mean, I want to put a fight to the top boys as well, I want to see what I can do, so we'll see, but the main thing is that we need to keep it on the road and try and get to the end because we're in a good position.
Having relocated north to Carlisle overnight, the event now moved into its 3rd day. With 8 special stages set to take place and an early afternoon start time, much of today's action would run under the cover of darkness, and with snow on the ground in Riccarton and Hindley, the challenge of this year's Roger Albert Clark Rally just seemed to grow and grow. The first stage of the day would be that of Tommy's Fell, a late addition to the event, situated just a stone's throw from Kershaw. At just 5.4 kilometres in length, there was nothing much to gain in here, but plenty to lose. The 7th fastest stage time would keep Greg and Harry in 5th overall, but a quick out-of-the-blocks approach from Mark Higgins and Carl Williamson in the DAE Triumph TR7 V8 would mean they now shared that position after the day's opener. Severe traffic problems en route to stage 14 led to delays to the event, meaning the originally planned daylight running of Riccarton and Hindley would now be held in the severely fading light. With snow and ice already on the ground, a layer of fog had started to descend on the area, making driving conditions extremely treacherous. Feeling more at home on these stages, Greg and Harry knew they could use their knowledge of the stages to launch an attack. But with the conditions deteriorating rapidly, they knew that this would be an evening of survival. You can see from the onboard cameras through stages 14 and 15 just what the pair had to deal with.
This could be slippy. Tightens in 8 past the junction. It is slippy. And left 1. Left 1, 150. Right 1, 60. Crest at 130. Right 1 over crest 130. So crest 130, and then right 1 over crest 130.
A solid run through Riccarton and Hindley, and an impressive third fastest time overall through Kirshop with a time of 14.55 would see Greg and Harry maintain that fifth place overall. But while they were level with the TR7 of Higgins in the day's opener, they'd now opened up a commanding gap of 1 minute 14 seconds.
And then 80.
Greg, wow.
Horrific, absolutely horrific in there. Glad to be at the end of that one.
It is about getting through, isn't it?
It is, yep. We were just crawling. I don't know what the time was like, but we just had to crawl.
Following on from the earlier delays, the event slipped further and further behind schedule, with stage stoppages and severe traffic congestion the main issues. In the end, the event organisers had no option but to cancel the remaining stages of the day. So, as the crews diverted to the service area, the results at the end of day 3 looked like this.
Greg, you've made it up to Scotland. Tell me about the road, tell me about the journey so far.
It's tough. I thought it was going to be easier today, but no, not at all. It's survival mode in places, but yeah, happy to be here again, end of day 3, so we're in a good position and yeah, feeling good.
Excellent. And tell me about the car. Has there been any niggles or smooth sailing? I saw you underneath fiddling with something.
Oh, I just can't stay out the road. I've got to be involved. I've got to look over it. But no, everything's fine. Car's good, working well. So yeah, happy. I can't wait to get into A in the morning. That's my local stage. That's just 10 minutes from the front door. So yeah, I've got a bit of knowledge of them. Yeah, so we can hopefully get a push on.
Totally. And obviously you're doing pretty well at the moment. You're in a strong position in the pack. Are you looking to maintain that as you go on?
Yeah, I think so. I think if we can just stay where we are, I mean that's going to be a good result if we can try and hold on to that. So it's better as what I expected. So yeah, that's the plan. Try and hold fifth or there or thereabouts, and obviously we've got a healthy lead in the Open rally. So yeah,
we're really happy to come out of Wales unscathed. That was always the plan. Greg's first time in Wales, so come out of there unscathed and up the road. Although the conditions haven't been much better today. But no, again, another day in the bag, so really happy. We had a good run in the last stage there, so sitting comfortably in fifth now, so happy. Yeah, both Riccarton and Hindley, just mega slippy and really hard changeable conditions. So, you know, you'd get a mile or so with good grip, and then all of a sudden there'd be a line on the road almost, just changed to really slippy, so it makes it hard for both Greg and myself, you know, the change in rhythm all the time. But no, really happy to be out there unscathed. So.
Day 4, and moving further north again, we were now very firmly in Scotland. A daunting 10 special stages lay ahead, and thankfully the snow and ice that had thwarted the event thus far had been replaced with rain and mud. We were now in Greg and Harry's home territory, the stages they'd looked forward to since the beginning of the event, and a chance finally to use their local knowledge. The day started in A, well known for its fast-flowing nature. It was a firm favourite amongst the drivers. This stage had it all, and with the rain now falling heavily, the pair set about making inroads into the pack ahead of them. Their next target would be the pairing of Douglas James and Emyr Jones, also in a Ford Escort, just 52 seconds in front in 4th position. The battle at the very front was fierce. A real scrap for overall honours had opened up, and such was the pace that the top 5 fastest stage times were separated by a mere 5 seconds.
Into Cress, right 3 in. Cress, right 3 in, and right 2 in. 80 over loose. To Carley, 3 over Cress.
With Douglas James and Emyr Jones dropping 32 seconds to the leaders Osian Price and Dale Furness, Greg and Harry set the 8th fastest time of 8 minutes 17 seconds, just 14 seconds off that of the leaders, but more importantly 17 seconds faster than the 4th place pair, so the gap had now closed to 32 seconds. Our cameras would next pick the pair up in the Castle Orr stage, Greg continuing his pursuit of 4th place and pushing the Escort over the loose gravel roads. The undulating nature of the stage meant full commitment over the many blind crests and steep downhill bends was imperative. We pick up the pair from the drone as they closed in on the finish of stage 23.
Left 4 in. And flat crest 80. Slow right 2 and turn hairpin left, narrows. Into crest, short left 6. Right 2 over bumped, 60 over rough.
The fifth fastest time through here gained a few extra seconds on that elusive 4th place. As they headed into stage 27, Twigley's, Greg and Harry were now only 11 seconds behind 4th position overall. They knew a good time through the stage would see them close the gap even further, and as they tore through the 8.6 kilometres, it was clear to see their intentions were very firmly on moving up the leaderboard. Just listen to Harry pushing Greg on through this high-speed section.
Got 80, go, 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 left 4 now, 60, and a right on flat crest, 100. Go on, flat over here, 100, slow right 4, loose. Into crest, into long, left 8, slippy. Crest, left 8, slippy here. Into long, right 3. Long right 3 now, and right 4. Into crest.
A stellar time of 5 minutes 54 seconds would earn them their first stage win of the event, and in doing so, they now grabbed 4th place with an advantage of 13 seconds. With the news filtering through that the final stage of the day at Newcastleton had been cancelled due to road damage, we move on to the new final stage of the day, Craig. With average speeds through the 14.5 kilometre stage nearing 100 kilometres an hour, the pair really had the bit between their teeth. They knew a good stage here would solidify that 4th place overall, with just 1 day remaining. Incredibly, the pair set another fastest stage time, and going into the final day, they now held on to 4th place with a 1 minute advantage.
You can see it. There's a caution on it.
After an impressive day in Scotland, here's how the standings looked. So, here it was, the final day, Monday. Just 1 more day of rallying to get through, and the dream would be complete. Just 5 special stages stood between the crews and the finish line, but with a massive near 40-mile stage aptly named the bigger one, a real sting in the tail of the event, today was by no means a simple drive to the finish. There was still a lot of rallying to be done. As Greg and Harry started the last day's action, we picked them up in stage 32, Pundershaw. By his own admission, Greg was now driving for a finish to consolidate his fantastic 4th overall position and the Open Rally win. But as he passed our cameras, it was clear Greg was now in such a rhythm that dropping back was actually harder than keeping at full pace. But incredibly, as they made their way towards the end of the stage, they would pass a stricken Marty McCormack and Barney Mitchell. Sadly, the mighty BMW M3 was parked at the side of the road with gearbox failure.
40. Right 4 now, 100 up the middle.
So, a day that had started just trying to preserve 4th place had turned into a potential podium finish. They pushed on, trying not to overthink the enormity of what was happening. And with this, the pair secured their 3rd stage win of the event, with an impressive time of 13 minutes and 9 seconds, 2 seconds faster than the hard-charging, 3-time British rally champion, Matt Edwards. With a 3rd place finish overall now a real possibility, the nerves were surely starting to set in.
Greg, you will by now know that you are now in 3rd place overall.
Yeah, sad to see Marty out, that's a shame. But hey, it's never over till it's over, is it? You need to keep on going.
You came in within reaching distance anyway of that podium, and I know you've had your sights set on. You said to me, a decent top 10 would be great.
Yeah.
You're on the podium at the moment.
Yeah, it feels good. It's taken me a few days to get going, but that's the thing, we're not sitting in the car very much. I've not drove it for a year, so yeah, more seat time required.
Yeah, I suppose now you've just got to keep your head level, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely, that's it. We're going to rein it back 5 or 10%. We're also struggling with the heated screen's not working, so it's steaming up. So we're just going to come back and try and hold that position.
Stage 35, the bigger one, the final stage of the 2025 Roger Albert Clark Rally, a combination of 3 of the stages previously run that morning, and at nearly 40 miles in length, the longest stage in UK rallying. Greg and Harry settled into their rhythm for one final time. They knew no heroics were needed, they just had to make it through. With a gap of over 2 minutes to second place man Paul Barrett, it would have been all but impossible to catch him. But they wanted one more stage win. Amazingly, a little over halfway through the stage, they caught sight of Barrett. Did he have an issue? Was he just being cautious? Well, of course this was unknown, and as the pair got closer and closer, Harry frantically tried to get the attention of the car in front, hoping he'd move over to let them through. With the mud from Barrett's car being thrown up over the windscreen of their car, Greg was struggling to see the road, constantly washing the screen for any small improvement in visibility. You could almost feel the urgency to get past.
Right 8 now, just you concentrate. 100, left 5 slippy. Left 5 slippy. And crest, into long left 1. Long left 140 to a very long right 4 in. Very long right 4 in, 60. Left 2, 60. Left 4, only 60. Turn left 9. Left 2, only 60, left 9.
After what seemed like an age, Barrett finally managed to find a safe place to pull over and let them by. A great piece of sportsmanship, and with the road in front now clear, they continued to push, trying frantically to make up as many seconds as they could. Had they taken second, we'd have to wait to find out. They made their way down the hill, getting encouragement from the local fans as they blasted by and past our cameras for the very last time. We waited with bated breath at the finish line to find out the end result. As they reached the finish line of the final stage, the pair could finally breathe a sigh of relief. After 5 full days of rallying, they'd taken a very well-deserved 3rd place overall, a podium position and the Open Rally win, a fantastic result on such a gruelling event. We spoke to them soon after the stop line to get their reaction.
Just unreal. The whole experience it's just been something special. I never ever thought that I was going to get this result. I thought if I got anywhere near the top 10 that I'd be doing well, and I only really came here to try and win the Open Rally, so to get a podium, it's just an absolute dream result. I just need to thank everybody, Harry, main man in the car, and my team, my sponsors, everybody. Just thanks everybody. It means a lot. Just let this sink in and then we'll see what happens. But I want to do more. I said that this would probably be a one-off event. I don't know if that's going to be true. I might be back. It's just unbelievable. I mean, it doesn't get any better as this, does it? 5 days in the car, it's hard going, really hard going, but some of the best stages, so enjoyable. What a challenge.
As our podium sitters reached the finish line and the champagne was sprayed, we can take a look at the final results of this incredible event. The top 3 finishers, Oshan Price and Dale Furness first, Paul Barrett and Gordon Noble second, and in 3rd place overall and Open Rally winners Greg McKnight and Harry Marchbank. Matt Edwards and Sean Williams were 4th, Dubrig James and Emyr Jones finished 5th, Dan Mennell and John Roberts were 6th, Mark Higgins and Carl Williamson brought the TR7 home in 7th, Jason Pritchard and Phil Clark took 8th overall, Arnie Rodstrom and Ole Björklund brought the big Volvo 262C home in a fantastic 9th overall, and rounding off the top 10, Tom Walster and Will Atkins in the fantastic Lightning McQueen-inspired 95 car. Paul Woodford caught up with Greg for a final interview.
Greg, I'm going to pull you out very quickly for a quick chat because we talked at the end of that last stage. When I spoke to you earlier in the week, we were talking about the Open Rally lead and that was sort of eking out, it was getting bigger and you seemed quite chuffed with that, but there was something else on your mind, wasn't there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, I wanted to get as high as I could and mix it with the big boys, and we've certainly done that. So yeah, I'm really happy, just can't ask for any more.
But your exact words were, I'd like a top 10.
Yeah, that's what we wanted, and obviously the Open Rally win, so a podium, it's just unbelievable.
For anyone watching at home, and there'll be a lot of young boys and girls dreaming about being in this position, how does it feel to have surprised yourself and got yourself onto the podium of the UK's biggest rally?
It's just so special, it's surreal. I mean, I grew up watching this event, watching Steve Bannister. He was my hero when I was growing up. And to watch him win the Open Rally, that was all I ever wanted to do. So we've done it.
Congratulations, I can see how much it means, and we are all really chuffed for you, everybody at home. So please.
And there we have it, the Roger Albert Clark Rally 2025, an event filled with highs and lows, challenging from the outset, but as always extremely exciting to watch and be a part of. Congratulations to Greg and Harry on a hugely impressive third place overall, and the win in the Open Rally. An event of this nature, of course, doesn't get completed by just a two-man team, so we'd like to extend a massive thank you to everyone who made this event possible. This has been the 2025 Roger Albert Clark Rally. I'm Mark James, thank you for watching, and goodbye.